There was once a very old and rickety house that stood on the top of a hill. It was the only house left for many miles after a catastrophic storm had carried away the rest of the surrounding town and all the people who lived there. The house itself had remained intact except for one thing. The stairs between the first and second floors had crumbled down from the terrible winds that blasted through the open windows. On the top floor lived 3 cats, 3 sisters who as kittens had flown in a basket to the top of an adjacent tree and were caught in the mangled branches during the storm. Their names were Darwin, for she was the one who questioned everything; Mina, for she was the most afraid; and Petunia, for she loved to eat flowers. Actually, Petunia was a rabbit, but she had been adopted at such a young age that her 2 older sisters did not tell her otherwise. The 3 sisters were quite happy about the situation of no stairs, for they were safe from Zuka, the dog who lived beneath them on the bottom floor, who was as large as a small horse and hungry all the time. From above, the 3 were able to see the bottom from all sides, and often Zuka would awaken from his sleep to see their eyes peering down at him from above, and the outline of their ears, especially Petunia's, as they listened to him breathe, the starry sky above them. Zuka, of course, was just simply lonely, but his voice was terribly frightening, and when he barked at the 3 above him, they had no idea what he said, but were quite sure by his tone that he would eat them should they venture down. Mina especially felt this, for Zuka's deep growl brought a tremor to her heart. One night, during a rather long and hellish thunderstorm, as the clouds were at their most dark and gloomy, a single lightning strike hit the adjacent tree, which fell in flames onto the house, and the 3 sisters were trapped. As the top floor became consumed with fire, Zuka called to the girls to please jump down and he would carry them to safety. They, of course, did not speak canine, but Petunia was able to detect grave concern in his barking, and she would know. Her ears were well attuned to this sort of thing. Mina was very sure he would eat them, but Darwin asked her which fate might be worse, to be consumed by fire or at least have a chance to escape Zuka. Thus the 3 leapt down upon his back just seconds before the flames destroyed their floor. Zuka, being such a large and clumsy dog, bumped into things while he carried them from the burning house, and his tail and ears were on fire as he ran. He found a cave on a distant hill and cried softly in pain, so all 3 girls licked his wounds and nuzzled him in thanks. Since then, one may come upon an enormous sleeping canine with 2 cats and a rabbit curled up on his belly, for they grew to become one very special family. Eventually, a mouse and 2 birds were also adopted into the fold.